What is up, YouTube? Been a while since we've done the long form content and just super excited to get back on track with that and excited to announce the prep series for 2023. Be targeting a handful of shows towards the end of 2023, meaning the first show that I'm kind of targeting is a little bit less than 20 weeks out. I have been prepping for about 10 weeks now. No huge changes to anything since then, and no like large training changes or anything like that. So just excited to kick off the prep series now, being within 20 weeks to the first show, and then the final show a little over 32 weeks. And it's been a bit over 4 years since I stepped on stage, so super excited to bring back more quality prep content as well as a larger quantity of prep content. Hopefully do quite a bit of different footage, whether that's full day of eating, training sessions, posing videos, tips and tricks, like that stuff. And then just really looking forward to collaborating with you all regarding what's going on with prep, your thoughts on the physique, how we're looking, if we need to dig deeper or pull back a little bit throughout prep. With that being said, just super excited to start pumping out the content. Got a lot of things in line in life to get back on track with the content now, and prep definitely will take up a lot of time as we get deeper and a lot of effort. So just super excited for the challenge to be back in the life going forward. In open to prep series names, because I'm just not sure if we'll have a actual series name for this prep or if we'll just leave it as a generic prep series on the channel. But we'll see. And also with the shows, don't have everything nailed down. So in the future, once we get those set in stone, I'll announce those and go through kind of my thoughts there. But yeah, gonna be a long, exciting prep for sure. Just looking forward to it a ton. And then today, to kick off the prep, gonna be laying the groundwork in terms of the training and then also nutrition, like activity. I will be tracking that stuff going forward throughout prep. Big thing for me is just maintain as much size as I can as I come down in weight, and then as much strength as I can as well, so we can keep as much muscle as humanly possible while getting leaner and shredded. And then in terms of the diet and activity, just gonna try and really minimize cardio, and then keep calories in a healthy spot for as long as possible, just to help maintain lower stress and better recovery. And hopefully that'll pan out well in terms of keeping size on the physique, unlike the last time that we ran a 13-week prep and ran myself into the ground in 2019 as a team. But without further ado, I'm gonna hop over to the computer now. We'll run through that training and nutrition. But if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. Super excited once again to kick off the prep series. And alrighty, starting off with training. Honestly, not a lot has changed since I went over training in the past, which is kind of crazy because it's been a couple of months. So really with my training and nutrition, nothing has changed. So a lot of the off season has just kind of kept going into prep. The only thing we've been really dialing in is that nutrition, activity, and then weights, just keeping track of everything. But yeah, just starting out with that training, keeping a split of push pull legs and then an upper lower, as well as like a cardio / active recovery day, with some weak points. So gonna go through not the training like exercise by exercise or anything, but gonna scroll through and kind of give you guys an idea. But really, push days just focus on a heavy horizontal push and then a heavy vertical push for the most part. And then we trickle in some shoulders and chest, and then just a little bit of triceps. So overall push day, and then pull day, focus on vertical and horizontal pulling and rowing is really the big key. And then do have some biceps in there. Super excited to see throughout this prep the major like physique changes that have happened over the last 4 years. Now that I've dialed in my training towards bodybuilding and just in general, before did not train arms and really neglected them, especially biceps. So looking forward to how those have changed over the years. But pretty standard push pull legs for me are lower. Nothing has changed as of late. Do expect throughout the prep a couple of exercises will get trashed and subject in. Mainly, I would say back squat will probably leave. And I'm talking down the road, probably within like 10 weeks of the first show, and then throughout the rest of the competitive season, things like back squat and also deadlift will probably go away for things more like a hack squat variation and then a different hip hinge or something like hyperextensions. And I do have a cardio slash arm day, or I would say weak point day, just a little bit of back volume and then also some more arm volume for me. Nothing that'll take away from my recovery on that day, but just some extra volume, which I think has helped out thus far, and it hasn't affected me at all. So I'm going to keep it in for as long as we can. More is not always better, but in this case, more is better without any negativity happening to that. So going to keep it rolling, and then finishing out the week for upper and lower. So really a 6-day split, you could say, just a hybrid one. And then just have Sundays off. So that'll be a day for recording content, doing the weekly updates and whatnot for the prep series. But yeah, just as you can see at the bottom, just been logging the week slowly but surely. No real strength changes or anything like that since starting the cut, which is sweet. So hopping over to how we'll be tracking calories and also cardio and weight. So big thing for me, being a larger person, my weight will fluctuate a couple of pounds a day just based on water, how I slept, sodium levels, if I ate right before bed, bowel movements, etc. So looking on a larger time frame, and this is what I would recommend for everyone. If you're losing weight, don't get stressed out about the day-to-day movements. Look at it at a larger time frame, whether that's like every 3 or 4 days. Weekly is what I use and feel comfortable with because it'll give me a good idea. But for the most part, prep really started around 31 to 3,200 calories, I guess you could say. And then since then, I guess it would have been from 27 weeks out, in between 28 to 2,900 has kind of been the standard. And on the right here, you can see essentially these numbers are just the weight difference between the 2 weeks. So that would be from 29 weeks out versus the average of 30 weeks was down 1.83 pounds. So just going to scroll through there and I'll have the averages at the end, but very standard. Diets more or less stayed within 100 calories, stayed the same, I guess, dipped below just around 2,800. And this week I'll be carrying through with that 2,800. So 10 weeks of prep, and then we're down right around 11 and a half pounds. I would say more probably around 10 pounds of like actual weight that came off. Had a couple of low weigh-ins this week, and recently weighed in at 222. So weight jumped up a little bit, but definitely on track thus far. Expecting first show to be around like 200 to 195 on stage, which would be a big jump from 4 years ago, around 10 pounds, a little bit more than that. But I think we'll come in with even better conditioning at that weight. So just really looking forward to how things shape out, but have a lot of work to do